Today guys, we're going to be talking about the top 5 tips every new player should learn when playing this game. If you're just starting out in the game or looking for a refresher, these tips will be super helpful for you. Let's get into it. Starting with tip number 1, master the art of catching. So when you see a Pokemon, you want to try to get an excellent throw. When you get an excellent throw, it counts as 1,000 XP. It is very difficult to try to get an excellent throw, but just keep trying to throw it when the ring is very small, and you'll get really good at it very fast. It just requires a lot of practice. XP is super important, especially for new people and for people who've already played the game for a long time. Tip number 2 is manage your resources wisely. Always try to stock and Pokeballs and berries, especially Ultra Balls. Ultra Balls are very important for community days and for any other specific event where you can just catch them very quickly without fail. So make sure you stock up in Pokestops and gyms with berries and with Ultra Balls and Great Balls or Pokeballs. And don't forget also, you can use berries to heal your Pokemon in gyms. Getting raspberries and pineapple berries are also very important. Raspberries can make Pokemon easier to catch. Pineapple berries doubles the candy of a Pokemon you catch. So if you find a Pokemon that you need candy for, you need to evolve, that will be super useful to use a pineapple berry. You can also use this berry called a nana berry. I specifically don't really use a lot of nana berries. The only time I use nana berries is for when I catch a shadow Pokemon, because shadow Pokemon move a lot, and when I use a nana berry, it kind of slows them down, so it makes it a little easier to catch. Or I just feed them into my Pokemon in a gym. Going to tip number 3, maximize your XP gains. So if you want the most XP possible, it's recommended that you pop a lucky egg. Especially if you're a new player, getting XP is always important. It's recommended that you probably use a lucky egg during an XP event or a community day or any kind of double XP event. You can also pop a star piece at the same time you pop the lucky egg. So if you have both the star piece and the lucky egg running at the same time, you can catch Pokemon and get double Stardust, and you get double XP at the same time. It is recommended that you do this only during community days or during double XP events. Level 60 could be coming soon, and I'm not currently there yet. I'm gonna try to maximize as much XP as possible. Tip number 4 is you have to use your incense and your lures effectively. When you drop a lure at a Pokestop, it will spawn Pokemon at that Pokestop for 30 minutes. I personally don't really use a lot of lures. Lures are also very helpful if you live on top of a Pokestop. I know most people don't live on top of Pokestops, but I'm lucky enough where I live on top of 2 Pokestops, so I'm able to pop more lures. You can also use the incense, but I only recommend using the incense when you're walking, because when you sit down while using an incense, it only spawns Pokemon every 5 minutes. But when you're walking, it spawns Pokemon every 2 minutes. So it's only recommended that you use an incense while you're walking. You can also use this incense called the daily incense. This incense can spawn way more rare spawns, including the Galarian birds. They're very hard to spawn, as hard as they are to catch. I personally have never seen the Galarian bird yet. Pretty disappointed about that, but hopefully I'll encounter one very soon. And finally, tip number 5 is participate in raids. So for you new players, when you hit level 5, you can join a team. You can either choose between Team Mystic, Team Instinct, or Team Valor. If I would give out a recommendation of which team to pick, I would pick Team Valor. I'm not going to force you to join Team Red. You can join any team you want, but please, choose wisely. So as soon as you reach level 5 and you join the team, you can participate in raids. Raids are the only way you can catch legendary Pokemon and other rare Pokemon as well. And you can also get items on top of it, like rare candy, max revives, max potions. You can also get XL candy from doing raids as well. XL candy are very valuable, especially if you want to level 50 most of your Pokemon. XL candy are very valuable for that reason. But it's also a great way to meet other trainers in your area. Unless you remote raid and you don't do that many raids. I personally don't really remote raid as much anymore. I kind of go out and do raids more because I don't want to buy the remote raids anymore because they're way too expensive. Please, can you fix that, Niantic, please? So those are my top 5 tips for new Pokemon Go players or people who have already played the game for a little bit. This is not just for new players either. It's for everybody pretty much. If you're level 40, it's also for you. If you're level 45, it's also for you. And if you're even level 50, it can also be for you. Like I said, level 60 can be coming out anytime now, and you want to bolster up that XP count as much as possible. If you found this video helpful, make sure you hit that like button and hit that subscribe button, because it does help me out a lot. And drop your questions and tips down in the comments section. With that, I'll see you in the next video. Go catch them all.